Camp Scott. Camp Scott is a 410-acre 1.7 kilometers 2 compound that is located in the state of Oklahoma. The former Girl Scout camp is situated along the Snake and Spring Creeks near State Highway A2 in Mayes County. In 1977, Camp Scott entered its 49th year as a keystone in the Girl Scouts of America program. The annual summer camp began on June 12, 1977. Around 6 p.m. on the first day of camp, a large thunderstorm struck the area. This caused the dozens of campers to huddle inside their tents for the entire evening. Inside of tent number 8 in the Kiowa unit, housed 3 small girls named Lori Lee Farmer, 8, Doris Denise Milner, 10, and Michelle Hughes, 9. What happened next cannot be adequately described. The following morning, a camp counselor discovered the lifeless bodies of all 3 girls. They had been raped, bludgeoned, and murdered. The victims' bodies were scattered over the surrounding forest land. The event remains one of the worst mass murders in the history of Oklahoma. In the weeks before the murders, strange events took place around Camp Scott. Personal items began disappearing from the cabins and tents. In one incident, a counselor reported that her donuts had been stolen, and inside the empty donut box was a disturbing handwritten note. The author vowed to murder 3 campers in tent 1. Because summer camps are rife with ghost stories, the note was treated as a prank and discarded. After the murders, Oklahoma police launched one of the largest manhunts in its history. Detectives ultimately focused their attention on a man named Gene Leroy Hart, who had been free since escaping from the Mayes County Jail 4 years earlier. He had previously been convicted of raping 2 pregnant women. Hart was arrested and tried for the crimes, but was ultimately acquitted of the killings in 1979. Later that year he died of a heart attack while in prison. During the publicized trial, the camp underwent many accusations, stemming from the fact that the girls' tent was 86 yards 79 m from any counselors. Other campers reported that they witnessed a man picking in their tents on the evening of the murders. The day following the incident, Camp Scott was closed forever. To date, the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders remain unsolved and DNA testing has returned inconclusive results. However, something is said to remain on the grounds of Camp Scott. It has been claimed that when a heavy rain falls, the eerie sound of small girls crying can be heard. Dark shadows are said to lurk, and the sensation of someone walking around you has been reported. Only true thrill seekers will stay a night within the walls of the Camp Scott compound. In an interesting twist, the original Friday the 13th film was released in 1980, which is only 3 years after the violent murders. The movie franchise has helped insert an urban legend in popular culture, that summer camps are creepy and dangerous. Camp Scott just might be. Phantom vehicles. Many areas of the world claim to hold the mystery of a phantom vehicle. A phantom vehicle is a ghostly or haunted mode of transportation, which can take the form of a car, train, ship or plane. In some cases, the objects are said to have a visual flicker. One of the most famous phantom vehicles in the world is located in the Saskatchewan village of St. Louis. St. Louis is an eerie place with a strange past. The area houses a large archaeological site, where some bizarre bones have been unearthed. Key discoveries at the site have included evidence of an ancient species of wolf and buffalo, which are approximately 25% larger than modern species. Beads have also been discovered that have indicated a style and decoration of clothing occurring approximately 1,000 years prior than previously thought. In 1983, the Canadian National Railway abandoned the rail line that was located south of Prince Albert and north of St. Louis. The tracks were permanently removed, but it seems that the train has stayed. On a nightly basis, lights can be seen traveling along the path of the old St. Louis train tracks. The lights are flashy with bright colors. This paranormal phenomenon has been named the St. Louis Light. Thrill seekers from all over the world travel to this area of Canada to view the strange occurrence, which has been described as the carriage lights of a train traveling from the south. The intensity of this activity increases on certain days of the year, and the lights bring about strong emotional reactions in people. Silver Pylon is a reported subway train that haunts the metro system of Stockholm, Sweden. The Phantom train has been described as a silver aluminum Model C5 car. This model was manufactured in the middle of the 1960s. During this time, Silver Pylon was the only train in the entire Swedish fleet that was silver. It acted as a backup unit until 1996, but many residents of Sweden have never seen the vehicle and fail to believe in the train's existence. According to ghost stories from this area of the world, Silver Pylon only travels after 12 midnight and has been known to stop and invite travelers. Upon entering the doors of the train, a fuzzy feeling falls over your body as you encounter a compartment full of ghost life. The doomed passengers are then lost in the train forever, or emerge from the vehicle days 2 months later. On the night of December 29, 1972, Eastern Airlines Flight 401 crashed under strange circumstances into the Florida Everglades. In all, 101 of the 178 passengers on board the flight were killed in the accident. After the crash, Flight 401 became known for reported paranormal activity, supposedly stemming from the salvage of the plane's aircraft parts, which were placed on a number of different airplanes after the accident. Over the following months after the crash, employees of Eastern Airlines began reporting sightings of the dead crew members on board at different L1011 and 318EA. It was a serious situation, and the reports caused officials to remove all equipment that originally came from the doomed Flight 401. After the action, reports of the ghost stopped. Clinton Road. Clinton Road is located in West Milford, Passaic County, New Jersey. The road spans roughly 10 miles 16 kilometers. Over the generations, Clinton Road has gained a reputation for unexplained paranormal activity. Reported visions include a roadside hitchhiking ghost, strange creatures, Satanists, the Ku Klux Klan, and fireside witch gatherings. There are only a small number of houses lining the road, and much of the adjoining property is undeveloped publicly owned woodlands. Articles describing abnormal activity on Clinton Road date back to 1905. One legend tells of a ghost boy that drowned in a stream along the road. Supposedly, if you toss a coin into the water off any of the bridges on Clinton Road, the boy will throw it back at you. This area of New Jersey clearly has a long history, with an American Revolutionary War iron smelter being located just east of the road. If you drive down Clinton Road late at night, headlights of a truck may appear out of nowhere and chase you down until you exit the road. Daylight visions have been cited, with people claiming that they have seen people dressed in strange clothing loitering around in the woods. People who visit Clinton Road have reported a feeling of uneasiness or mounting dread as they move down the road, sometimes so great that they have to turn back. In 1905, a man named Richard Cross built a castle on the high land peering over the reservoir surrounding Clinton Road. Decades later, the structure fell into ruin when a fire destroyed it. After the incident, the castle became a popular location for teenage parties and reported Satan worshippers and their sacrifices. It is a scary place, and certain people have written to Weird NJ magazine telling of strange occurrences in or near the castle site. This includes people going into seizures and being physically injured. Within certain individuals, the castle is said to produce instant and disturbing visions. Many people have also reported seeing members of the KKK, which is interesting because prior to the US entry into World War II, a German-American Bund maintained camps in the area surrounding Clinton Road. If you are unfamiliar, a Bund member holds a favorable view of Nazi Germany. It has been rumored that professional killers dispose of bodies in the surrounding woods. In 1983, this claim was substantiated when a bicyclist traveling on Clinton Road noticed a group of vultures feasting at a spot in the nearby woods. This sparked the man's interest and led him to the discovery of a dead body. An autopsy found that the deceased individual had been murdered by foul play, but something else initially puzzled police. The victim had ice crystals in his blood vessels near the heart. Pathologists concluded that someone had frozen his body after death in an attempt to mislead investigators into believing he died at a later time. Ultimately, the information led to the direct arrest of Richard Kuklinski, or the Iceman. Kuklinski is a prolific contract killer and mafia assassin. The 6'5" 196 centimeters, 300-pound 135 kilograms monster claims to have murdered over 250 men over a career that lasted from 1948 till 1986. It is unclear how many bodies he planted in the area surrounding Clinton Road, or if his victims still haunt the patch of land today. The Weeping Woman. La Llorona, the Weeping Woman, is a popular legend in the Spanish-speaking cultures of the southwestern part of the US and Mexico. The story tells of a beautiful woman named Maria, who suffered from depression and drowned her two young children by tossing them into a flowing river. Maria became haunted by the memory of her kids and ultimately crumbled in inconsolable grief. She would not eat, and walked alone on the riverfront in her torn white gown searching for her boys. She cried endlessly, with periodic fits of screaming and wailing. After weeks of suffering, she ended her life on the banks of a riverbed. When Maria reached the gates of heaven, she was asked, "Where are your children?" And she replied, "I don't know, my lord." She was not permitted to enter heaven until she found her boys, banished to an eternity of wandering the earth's rivers, searching in vain for her drowned offspring. Over the centuries, the ghost of La Llorona has become angered. In certain areas of the world, she is known to hunt and kidnap wandering children or teenagers that disobey their parents, grabbing the kids by the leg and tugging them into a watery grave. After darkness falls, Maria's restless spirit walks the banks of multiple bodies of water in the southwest portion of the Americas. In the area surrounding the Santa Fe River in New Mexico, her loud cries have become a curse of the night. The Weeping Woman is a beautiful ghost. She is tall and thin with long flowing hair. Reports have claimed that she can be seen drifting between trees along the shorelines or floating in the watery current. If you are marked by the desire of La Llorona, an untimely and mysterious drowning could be in your future. Some believe that those who can hear her cries are going to die. In Mexico, Central and South America, the tale of La Llorona is represented as a cultural symbol that models negative behavior, ultimately looking to prescribe an idealized version of motherhood. The ghost of La Llorona has been reported in many locations throughout North and South America, including a creek between Mora and Guadalupe, New Mexico, and as far north as the Yellowstone River. However, the majority of the reports of the Weeping Woman surround the Santa Fe River. For example, a tall wailing spirit has been repeatedly viewed in the Pura building near the river. The Pura structure was built on land that once held an old Spanish Indian graveyard. If you are looking for a good Halloween scare, go explore the Santa Fe Pura structure on a dark evening. Crybaby Bridges of Ohio. Over the years, a strange phenomenon has been recorded in the vicinity of specific rural bridges in the state of Ohio. On certain days of the year, after the sun goes down, the sound of a baby's presence can be heard. Most often, a shattering cry is recorded, but in other cases a baby's laughter or scattered speech is said to plague the area. These bridges have been given the label crybaby bridges. The eerie locations usually hold a violent history, with stories involving a baby or young child being brutally killed. One of the most famous crybaby bridges is the Rogues Hollow Bridge, which is located near Doylestown, Ohio. In 1840, this area of Ohio experienced a large mining boom, when coal was discovered in the deep hollow southeast of the village. The area became known as Rogues Hollow because the miners had a strong reputation for wild goings and violence. Rogues Hollow was congested with saloons, houses of ill repute, disease, dust and Sunday dog fights. The Rogues Hollow Bridge sits deep inside Rogues Hollow on an old climbing road. The bridge is located in a remote area, and is approachable from only one direction. Due to bad weather, it can only be reached during certain months of the year. The bridge is adjacent to the old Chichester Mill, which is often included in articles describing haunted locations. Loud voices and celebrations are said to radiate around the Chichester Mill. If you dare venture near the Rogue Hollow Bridge on a dark evening, be sure to keep an open ear for the sound of a crying baby. The noise has been reported to come from all directions, oftentimes floating above your head. People have also reported that as they left the bridge, the intensity and volume of the crying increased. The Screaming Bridge of Maud Hughes Road is another reportedly haunted bridge located in Liberty Township, Ohio. The bridge is reputed to have been the site of many terrible accidents and suicides. A set of old railroad tracks sits 25 feet below the bridge, and at least 36 people are said to have been killed on or around the Maud Hughes Road Bridge. Many different people have reported seeing and hearing unusual things around the structure, including ghostly figures, mists, and lights, as well as black hooded figures and a phantom train. These aspirations seem to have an evil agenda, and people often report a sensation of wanting to run while crossing the Maud Hughes Bridge. Others have made claims of screaming in their ear, loud moans, shrieks, and the sound of a baby crying. Near the town of Salem, Ohio, citizens have reported strange occurrences around the Egypt Road Bridge. The area surrounding this bridge is closed off to the public, The bridge is located at the end of a dead end, and can only be reached from a single direction. Strange occurrences around the bridge have been reported, including the loud cries of a baby. However, unlike other crybaby bridges, on Egypt Road these sounds seem to occur during the day and night.